Hey, you don't tell me what to do, motherfucker. We'll get this popping a little bit. Alright. Five, four, three, two. Let's go, motherfuckers. Let us go. But yeah, don't tell me what to fucking do. I don't care who you are. I don't care what it is either. I'll start when I want to start. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. With that, my friends, welcome everybody. This is your boy, Such a Motherfucking Heavy, with a dose of crypto, Forex, and stocks. Hope everyone had a great few days. It's been, I skipped a day on one of our live streams. I think it was on Tuesday. I skipped it. I was a little busy. Ended up freaking, I noticed by the time it was past, it was like 10 o'clock. I was like, man, a little too late for us to get on the live stream. But essentially the same thing happened today. But I said, fuck it, we're going to still get this thing going. So with that, let us begin. We'll start with Bitcoin. We're going to be really short and sweet tonight because I want to get up early to try to catch new NYC Open. So we're going to cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, EU, GU, and UJ. Okay? And then we might dabble in maybe like Litecoin or something like that. Okay, so what has happened since the last time we updated? I don't remember the last time I updated with y'all. I don't know what I said. But last time I updated my members, everybody in Elevate Trading, I had us as in a buying opportunity on this pullback here. But let me tell you what happened. I had an alert set for this trend line. So I had a trend line here like this. And had an alert set for when price touched it. Because I thought initially this entire idea here was going to be a triangle, A, B, C, D, E triangle, internally A, B, C, D, E. But this E, that is way too small for me to say that's E. And it didn't touch the boundary, or didn't even come close to touching the boundary. So normally you want E to touch the boundary, and or often or not, it exceeds the boundary, making people think it's the actual breakout, and then it fakes out the other way. That's what I was looking for to confirm my bias. But it never happened, and so I was left in the dust. I went to sleep right here, and I woke up with price up here. And so it is what it is. But from that point, what has happened? And since I cannot say this is wave E, what is exactly forming here? Normally we try to talk about low time frame stuff, but I think this high time frame, mid time frame stuff right here is kind of important moving forward, because let me open up this chat box real quick. I'm going to look at a certain chart real quick that I posted. Okay, so there's a few things I could take away from this particular point. Okay, one, I think, we're range bound for quite some time. In my opinion, this entire thing was a range. We broke out of it, and with pretty good volume, decent volume. Not like screaming bullish volume, but decent enough volume to where if we can manage to close 2 to 3 daily candles above this range, I would have to assume temporary upside to at least 8,200. Okay? And so over the next 2-3 days is going to be very, very important for Bitcoin. The count that has transpired in here, I believe, is this. So this phase was a triangle, but it was a different type of triangle. One that most people aren't accustomed to. A, B, C, D, E. Neutral triangle. We don't have a clue what that is. Try to find my cheat sheet real quick. Probably won't be able to because it's too far back. Extracting triangle. Neutral triangle. Okay, I don't want this to pop open right here. I do not want this to pop open right here. Okay, I don't think I'll be able to get this unless I can find it like right now. Man, it's just so far back there. Here's my neutral triangle practice. I'm not gonna look for it. Anyways, oh, this might be it. Okay. Okay, so let me find a neutral triangle. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of it. I'm not gonna show you the entire chart because it's just too messy, too much. Expanding neutral. Okay, let me screenshot this and I'll get this over. New. Okay. I don't know why it's zoomed in like this. What the hell? That is so stupid. I don't know why it's zoomed in. I really don't know why it's zoomed in. But this is what a neutral triangle looks like. A, B, C. C and D are your two largest waves, and D is usually your largest. And the key here is that it breaks that high pivot there. And your two most complex phases are C and D. Okay? And C happens to break, range. And so what has happened here? If we... What is that? It looks like a possibly very valid neutral triangle. The only thing that we have to be worried about is C longer than A? And I'm one to say that the top of A starts here. Because to me this forms a complex combo to end a bigger X wave. And so just for shits and gigs to double check this, because I haven't really checked this. This is my first time actually doing the full analysis on this to see if this can even be true. Okay, wave C is longer than A, so that's first check. Is wave D longer than C? If that is the case, we can already see that, right? You can already see the D is longer than C. So those two checks hit. Now, are the most complex waves C and D? I would say so. I would say so. It might be subjective that E might be considered complex, but it looks like it's a, either one swift move to the downside. This has like, up, down, up. This has down, up, down. This seems like it has fairly one swift move. Yeah, you could say that up, down, up. But then you could get more complexity doing that if you wanted to get into that like that. So this fits very well for a neutral triangle. Very, very well. And makes me a little low-key sad because, I was expecting a triangle, but I just wasn't expecting this neutral triangle. And part of it might be my fault in regards to just being rather oblivious to this particular pattern when I first started getting into it. And so I wasn't really looking for it. But now after, this transpired, after this did not meet the requirements to say that this was an entire range, a normal contracting triangle, then what could it be? This stands out very well to me, and this makes me believe this. And I'm still one to believe that this is and this ends up being, we need to check something. I need to double check this. I don't know. I think this might extend a little bit too far. Or we might have to say this is this. But I have to check something real quick. Oh man, actually no. This actually works perfectly fine. So this W X. Remember I said X is from this high. Y. This actually has to be changed. This has to be changed. This has to be changed. This has to be changed. Okay. So, I think this first subwave is done. I think this is possibly a weird 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So, I'm expecting us to consolidate up here. And if we consolidate up there, that, in my opinion, will almost confirm this idea. But again, it has to be within the next 2 to 3 days. Anything further than that, then I think we'll be creating a a basing top similar to this. Not basing top, a topping pattern similar to that, where it's going to be A, B, C, D, E, and then breaks to the downside. So this has to happen not fairly quickly, but within the next 48 hours, in my opinion. Okay. And so this is the primary account for now. Again, unfortunate that I didn't get into the buy where I wanted to. My bids were like 69.40, 69.35. It is what it is, though. I can't get mad at it. All I have to do is just keep focusing on the chart and see what it has entailed for me. And this is what I think it's telling me. Some may say that, this is a top, we're going to come back over for a blowout top, but in regards to the Elliott Wave principle, Neil Wave principle, we have specific validation points and specific guidelines that we use to help formulate specific trading ideas and plans. One of them being the minimum requirement for specific subwaves or specific wave structure to determine that it is a logical conclusion to it. That would be up here. That would be up there. Technically, all you need is a 0.5, which is about right here. But this is the algo we usually assume before any type of retrace. So I'm going to be one to be saying that this indeed is 1. This indeed is 2. This is coming up for 3. This is 4. And this will be 5. And at that point would be our quote-unquote blow-off top. If we start trading below and within the range of 7,475, I would have to assume this is invalid. Anything above that, any consolidation above that would have to be seen as this. So that is the main play. That's the main trade. That's the main idea. You hear my levels I'm looking for. If we can start trading above 7,623, in my opinion, that will confirm upside bias. A break of this high 100% confirms upside bias, obviously. But you want to get in before the move happens, because typically that's how Bitcoin is. Bitcoin leaves little room to get in and little time to get in the moves you want to be in once they're already moved. So it's very important to be able to distinguish entry points prior to the move. And I use Elliott Wave and Elliott Wave time principles to get the best understanding of when I can actually enter the market. Okay, let's dive into the lower time frame. I'm not going to get into ETH as heavily because ETH will follow Bitcoin, so that's all I really care about. Where the market's going to go, and then we're trading the market, in tandem. Okay. Again, subjective 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I believe, again, we're done with 1. And so far, the way we're correcting is a 3-wave denotation. Yes, we don't need to break down in 3 waves and consider ourselves trending to the downside. But it is very, very hard to say that this is going to end up coming like this and this. Very hard. Because if this was indeed going to be a new trending piece to the downside, I believe that this move right here would have at least accompanied a 1-to-1 of this. But we didn't do that. It did not do that whatsoever. So what is it? In my opinion, it's forming a consolidation pattern. And this is going to end up... I might honestly take this long because this looks like an A, B, C. It's probably be a B, a C. This will probably end up running pretty high. I'm assuming this is going to be held here. Right here as support. Again, because the bias is this. So actionable trade for a day trade, in my opinion, will be a long setup. I do not want us trading below here. So I'll be one to say my stop could be there. Because if we were to venture back down underneath the red, I think that will confirm that this is going to just flutter to the downside, okay? And so I'm willing to take that bet, willing to take that risk. And then we'll see where it goes. In my opinion, I'm going to be targeting a 1.1 to a 1.36 of this current move up, which is approximately to this point between 7,615 to 7,660. Anything above 7,692 would have to be assumed outright bullish because that exceeds the minimum requirements, or not minimum requirements, that exceeds the maximum requirements for any sort of correctional phase in traditional Elliott Wave. Don't quote me yet, but I'm starting to write in my book that in cryptocurrency and highly leveraged and illiquid markets, because cryptocurrency is still rather illiquid, your extensions for an ABC could exceed 1.618 and can actually go all the way to a 2.236. Now, I've heard others saying it could go all the way up to a 2.618, but to me, that's just giving too much, and I haven't seen that quite often enough to say that it's a valid idea or guideline in cryptocurrency. So that's my rule on that. And I actually have to set up a lot to a point where I'm actually taking this trade right now. So you can't see my screen? What the fuck? Hold on. I don't know why. Dude, that was weird. So I had a thank God Noza. Oh my God, dude. So let's go back to the high time frame. Holy shit. Bitch. Thank God I'm awake. So, high time frame. This, you heard my explanation. You heard my valid reasoning. The reason why I don't believe my initial idea, let me just erase this, let's go as fast as possible to get us up to speed. The reason I don't believe this was, my initial idea was this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E. Well, if this was going to be E, a valid triangle this way, a valid symmetrical triangle, this E would have touched that trend line and or broke it and faked out all the people going short and moved back up. But we didn't do that. We didn't hit my trigger to enter via the triangle I was initially studying. Therefore, I cannot deem this as an A, B, a C, a D, and an E triangle like a lot of Elliott Wave traders are doing. I cannot say that. That is not valid. That did not fit the requirements of what we assume what a traditional symmetrical triangle with E-wave would do. Your E-wave likes to fake out above that trend line to really sucker the last and hopeful, in this case, bears to get in to take their liquidity when it reverses to the upside. Okay? Just to double check and prove to you that my idea is valid, remember a WXY must form in a very specific way, being that WX and Y must all share a specific time aspect and or X is very snappy and W and Y will always share the system wave algo compatibility. X is sometimes. X is about 40% of the time it will. The other 60% it won't. And 60% of the time it will be very quick like that. But to me, that is there. And therefore, throwing it off there gives me literally almost to the dot a low point of where we would assume Y would end logically in regards to time. And therefore, in my opinion, this entire structure here is Y and can be seen as a neutral triangle rather than a regular triangle because of these few reasons here. C and D are the biggest waves of the entire structure. D and C both also seem like the most complex waves of the entire structure. You have a zone of neutrality in regards to the entire aspects of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. In this entire range, you had half the people really bullish, you had half the people really bearish. That is neutrality in the market. And neutral triangles like to form in zones and times of neutrality. And so this fit not only the structure, but the psychology for what we would assume a neutral triangle would need in order to form. Okay? So now that we got that covered, again, I apologize for the not having my screen on. I guess I could just delete that screen now. So weird. Anyways, thank you again, Nozer. You fucking A, bro. That was hilarious. I've done that a few times. So this is my count. The reason why I cannot say this high is we're done. There is a possibility that this could be A, oh shit, A, B, C, 100% possible, 100% possible. And this would create a bigger fucking flat, and this end up being a bigger moon, which is fine. But I just wouldn't like it. Let me see here. Let me see if we could even assume this idea. Unfortunately, we can. Because I would say this is A, W, X, Y. And this is B or X. And this would be Y or C. So this particular bearish pattern does work. So we have to respect that, okay? We have to respect that. This is actually my first subwave count. My first count, the A, B, C that way. A, and then A, B, C, and then C wave down. Was actually my first count. So I hope it's not that. That'd be very interesting. Let me see here. Damn! Everybody was yelling at me. Your screen's black, bro. So that chart I'm referring to is this chart here. See if I can find it real quick. Right here. Boom. And it fits very well. It does really fit. It does work really well. But this is when you have to ask yourself, you know, where's the least path of resistance? In my opinion, if we are just to run up straight and start running up like this, it'll leave a lot of people starting to chase. And then at the conclusion of this move to the downside will be so fast and so quick. All these people have no time to catch up, get out of positions, and that should be cleared fairly quickly. Is that the least path of resistance? I don't know. Again, both of these are very valid. You just gotta find a bias and trade it. So what we're gonna be using again is this level at 7,475. If we could if we could continue to trade above it, we have to assume this is a 2, you know, and not a new trending piece to the downside. If we start trading below that, then obviously the most likely scenario would be, you know, come down and retest this trend line that would be shown here, you know, with that parallel trend line, right? And I'm a believer that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So I'm a believer that no matter what, we are done impulsively trending, and we're either consolidating in wave 2, or we're actually going to start retracing all the way down for that move here. And this doesn't have to be 5 waves. It could be a 3-wave move, I think. Let's just double check that. Since A and B mimic each other in time, this will be very quick and very steep, like this, or it's going to form a WXY and be like that, or it could be a very complex move and just do that, the diagonal doing that, but I don't believe that will happen. I'm with the bullish idea just because we broke out of the range. I know it's happened a few times, like right here, right. You know, it's happened a few times where we've broken out of a range. Here's a range, we broke out of it, stuck back in. Here's a range, broke out of it, stuck back in. Here's a range, broke out of it. We haven't got sucked back in yet. But if we do, we have to assume downside for it. But for now, I'm going to be assuming upside with anticipation that this is a 2 coming down. If this initial decline would have been in 5 waves, I would have been with the C wave idea. But it was a 3-wave denotation. A, B, C. That's 3 waves. There's no doubt about it, that's 3 waves. And then this is 3 waves as well. A, B, C. Yes, we don't have to be moving in 5-wave patterns to the downside to consider this a trending piece to the downside. But it usually helps to form some confluence and idea, right? So for now, I'm thinking at a bare minimum, this is going to attack the high. Not the high, but the golden pocket. A, B, C. And then from there, from this point, will be your big test. If we are to break over that GB and then do that, then that's a buy. If we reject this GB, I'll be very cautious on the buy. Okay? Break over the GB, This is a buy. Reject the GB. We have to start looking at other more bearish aspects, okay? I don't think that's a GB. It's just, I think the GB is a little bit higher. So let's be politically correct on that. It's right here, actually. So if we reject that, we assume downside. If we break over that like this, then we're assuming that we're gonna buy that on that aspect. This definitely looks like it's not definitely. It should never say definitely in trading. Never say definitely. Never live in absolutes in trading because that's when you get fucked. This highly looks like it has a chance to break this upside, targeting that 7,600 level. So that's a day trade. I'm gonna take over tonight and then see if I wake up to some cash. Again, I'm gonna try to wake up early as possible. Running a little bit late here, so let's move it on to Ethereum real quick. Ethereum. So this is the only thing that makes me nervous. Ethereum didn't really do nothing. It really didn't do anything. And it does look like a very, very high chance of being a possible ending diagonal. So far, our movement from the top side hasn't gone really anywhere. But you cannot help but say this looks like a very valid five-wave impulse. Now the question is it going to be the terminal impulse? If ETH could do this here, then we're buying that with anticipation this is a running flat, and this is 1, this is 2, about to be a 3. Okay? But if we just, for some reason, just trickle down like that, we're assuming this is going to get broken, and we're going to short that right there to the downside. Targeting 150, 160, 151 type of shit. Okay? In regards to a higher time frame, again, my initial idea was this looks like an ABC, and it still does. It's very hard not to see it as this. So, the 4-hour stochastic is high, but not gassed. It's high, but not gassed. 10-hour stochastic is middle. 1-hour stochastic is almost reset. Look at that reset here. Sheesh. Boom. Look at that hidden divergence. Bang. 30-minute. Almost reset. So I do like it. I do like the idea that no matter what we're going to test go up for temporarily, we're going to see what happens. So I like that as well as a day trade. Oh, geez. Oh my gosh, I just pulled my fucking chin hairs off. What the hell? Okay. Wow, gold was fucking perfect. Holy shit. Not perfect. We went a little lower than I anticipated, but the entire idea was still held. Holy shit. And I'm with this as well. Although this does look kind of bullish. This looks like a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be cautious about shorting gold because of that. If we could continue consolidating up in this range for the next 24 hours, then I'm gonna assume gold's gonna actually break up to the upside and not fulfill this entire idea. Oh, actually, we could perform a running flat and still be valid. So I'm gonna be a high wash on a running flat for gold. I think personally it is going to be running flat because not enough time has went on to say we're done correcting. Not enough time. I think this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 4, this is a 5. So we would need at least till here. So I'm with the idea that this is going to break up, and if it does, it's going to reject somewhere right here, come to the downside, and that will be your buy. This was wrong. no clue what the fuck that is. It's to a point where I don't even care to even try to look at this chart right now. So that means DXY is doing a very fucking similar fucking thing. This looks really bearish. This looks like a fucking ABC. I just don't like how this stayed like that. I don't like that. Hold on. Why does it look so funny? Hold on. Why does this look so weird? They should be inverted, but they're really not. Oh my gosh. Dude. USD GPY might be so fucking bearish, it's not even fucking funny at this point. Holy shit. Because this looks like a clear ABC. So this must be, but this has a high chance of being a fucking WXY. And this is gonna fucking straight nuke to the downside. Straight nuke to the downside. Because look at this. This looks like a clean as fuck flat. Clean as fuck flat. Cannot not believe that. Look how clean this is. Damn. You know? Very interesting. But we gotta be cautious because this could all be this one gigantic, huge, long fucking corrective phase. And this is 1, this is 2, and we're gonna break it like that. So that will be the thing that would get us. But from this point right now, this looks very bearish. Looks like a very valid ABC, and we're pretty gassed on the 4-hour on the stochastic. We're up high. We've been pretty high, and our blue line is underneath the red line, which shows exhaustion in the bull side. Notice here we had exhaustion there. Shortly after we topped, so exhaustion here, and then after that final move to the upside, we topped. Exhaustion here, topped, exhaustion here. That one kind of went on, ended up crossing back over there. So very important. Look at this. Exhaustion here, ended up finding a base and rolling to the upside. Exhaustion here, ended up finding a base, rolling to the upside. Exhaustion here, finding a top, going to the bottom side. If you're watching the 4-hour confirmation, once this 4-hour slow line breaks, look at the 10-hour. 10 hours pretty fucking high. Daily is pretty low. So I'll be very curious on what is going to actually form here. Very curious. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, so this has a chance of being a giant flat, and this is 1, 2. It's supposed to be 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't be setting shorts up there. I'm gonna be watching this trend line here to break, and if that could break in less time complexity, then I'll short. But for now, this looks like a really good opportunity, but I'm not exactly willing to set my trade up there. I want to see some confirmation of a possible reversal with some VRT's rules breaking. VRS is so powerful. It really is. So this is very interesting. Again, I'm not exactly willing to trade it like that. I want to see some confirmation on DXY to show that this is indeed that idea. If we could break that low right there, though, I think that would confirm this. Okay. So we covered gold. We covered DXY a little bit. This, oil is not. We're not. I guess we could look at oil, but dude, that's fucking insane. Holy shit, bro. What the fuck? You can, dude. What the fuck? If this is true, some people got really filthy fucking rich in a matter of fucking days. But that's not what we're here for. I don't really care about that. Damn. Talk about crazy price action. Dang. What a piece of the butthole. It's crazy because I shorted that. Got stopped out right there when I fucking trail stopped fucking. Ugh. That one sucked. It's all good though. Yeah, this looks like it wants to come down for sure. This is pretty reset though, so I'd be worried, but this looks pretty bad. We got major hidden bear and a rejected bear range, and we're now crossing the slow line. So this has a high chance of just breaking all the way to the downside. This will end up being, not a big fan of this as 4, but it works still. You consider that 1, 2, 3, 4, all this is 5. It works. I don't like it exactly the best, but it doesn't really matter in regards to impulsive corrective phase. We're gonna assume a correction because this is fucking Forex. But the algo still stands where your adjacent wave should be and should hold the system wave compatibility. Therefore, we're gonna be looking for a bottom to form around this range. And if a bottom can form in this range, that's when we'll start looking for buying opportunities and exhaustion to the bear side. This looks like it has a high chance of being a zigzag though. A, B, C. High chance. High chance. Okay. What up everybody? Again, I super apologize for coming in here and not having my fucking thing set up correctly. Again, I tried some things new today and I kind of fucked up. Nah, I hardly ever look at the chat box. Well, I look at the chat box, but it's fucking... I have so many things open, sometimes it gets lost. So I think this is a high chance here. Let's look at the 4 hour on GPD. So once this blue line gets crossed, that's when a lot of volatility should happen to the downside. You saw this cross blue line till then. Rejecting the slow line on RSI, and we have crossed into the bear range via the mid and fast line. Therefore, we have to assume we're now trending bearishly. We have to assume that. Like this. We broke into bear range, went up, created a hidden bearish divergence. Boom. This was a little bit different right there, but it is what it is. So, yep, I like that. Covered gold, DXY. USD CAD's very interesting. Not really interested in that. Euro USD. So this was wrong. I thought it was going to end up being a flat and we're going to sell this pattern. We didn't get that opportunity. This is probably some complex combo WXY I just fucking missed. WXYs tend to fucking look like diagonals. Combos for some reason. WXY. It's probably an WXY. This wasn't a clean 5-wave impulse. To me, this is directional movement. C wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. We need to check something here. So too much time has gone on this way to say that this is this. That adjacent moves to that. So I'm going to propose a little bit something different here, as long as we hold. Yep. So I'm going to say that this is still this. I'm willing to trade and short that. This isn't the worst idea placement for a long. Let's look at the daily real quick. Daily looks pretty bad. 10 hours. Pretty rough too. The thing we like about the 10 hour though, the daily and the 4 hour, is that they're all pretty much based out to the bottom. So we got a lot of potential for upside. And this does look like a pretty clean ABC. 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. Three waves. This can end up forming a diagonal. Come up. Okay, this was like a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So is this a diagonal? So that's what we'll be watching for. If we get that, I'll probably buy. As of right now, I'm not going to buy, because I'm thinking this has a chance to at least make one more low. And so I'm not really willing to buy that. If, however, we break this trend line here, I think I'm going to consider a buy. If we break this trend line in less time and complexity, I'll definitely consider a buy. If we break it more complexity, then I'm not going to buy. Okay, this is my idea on Euro USD. Let's look at one more other thing here on Euro USD. Okay, the 786 is being tested right now, so that's a pretty good bounce area. I think it's going to get faked out a little bit, sucked in here, take some last people's liquidity, and then move up. We need to find a bottom side invalidation point. We need to find a place where we could comfortably set a stop with knowing that if price were to go here, our idea is 100% invalid. And that would be here. We'd have to move underneath it with some good volume, or consolidate underneath it to really confirm that. That should be purple, by the way. So I like this. There's a A, a B, and a C. So this will end up forming probably a larger, because we shouldn't have. To me, this isn't the same move as that. It doesn't make sense. And we're missing this still. So that tells me that if this idea is going to be true, it's going to be an internal flat. And thus this will probably end up being a gigantic running flat, which will target a box down here for support. And this will end up being a gigantic A, a B, and a C running flat. This works the best for liquidity, you know. Chop, 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 chop. Take all those fuckers' liquidity. Bring it down. Take them. Take them. Sweep all that. That would be ideal. Alright. That is essentially... Oh, yeah, I'll take a look at uranium too, by the way. That's essentially it, though. Say the low charts traditional. I actually have a uranium chart. I used to, at least. Oh, I erased it. So, I'm curious what this looks like too, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like an ABC of 5 ways. I have to assume it's going to come down. At a bare minimum, just that. And then we'll see from there. Is this going to go like this? Form a bigger consolidation pattern? Or is it going to go and then to the downside? I'm kind of more with this. A, B, C. And then so really get some fucking people fucked up. We'll see though. Let's look at UUU, and then we'll get out of here. Yeah. I don't really know. Is it this one? That is absolutely just fucking disgusting. Dude, horrible. It's a good move. Great move from the base. I actually like that a lot. So as long, my rule is this. As long as we can hold a healthy retrace, which is a 6 and 8, of this current move, we have to assume upside. We have to. Because this move up broke this entire range of less time and complexity. This could be a 1, a 2, a weird 3, a 4, and a 5. And thus this ends up being a buyback as long as we hold 118, 110. Anything lower than that, and this is not an impulse, and we should not be assuming this is trending back to the upside. It can, but we won't assume that exactly. We'll have to see it, find a little bit of other clues to really tell us where price is going to go. We can really top you on the 4 hour, 10 hour, daily, and the 4 hour. I'll be very surprised if this keeps running. So I'm with the idea, no matter what, that this is going to come back and retest. Probably this MH right here. Like that. Now at that point, I think it'll be a 1, a 2, and then solid 3. So I'll be looking for a buyback after that. So I think we're done. That was a good move so far. You can move your stop up if you took that trade with me. Congratulations. Actually, not really. We basically entered there. You can still move your stop up to up out entry, and then hope this moves up. Not hope, but play and trade it if it moves up. So, yeah. If anyone has any last minute questions or concerns to ask me, this is your time to ask them now, because we're about to get out of here in a jiffy. Okay? So, ask me any last minute questions, and then we'll get out of here. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all immensely. Why does this look weird? Oh. I appreciate y'all immensely. Again, we'll try to be more on schedule and more on top of things when I'm actually streaming. Again, I apologize for the first fucking 10 to 15 minutes that I was just a black screen and you just heard my damn hideous, horrible, scratchy, and rough voice. Again, I apologize for that. So we'll hopefully not do that again. Now that I got OBS set up how I wanted to again, we shouldn't have any issues like that. So, yeah. Seeing that I'm not getting any more questions coming in here or any more requests, I'm going to go ahead and get the fuck out of here. Alright? It's midnight, and I said I wanted to be to bed by midnight. A little bit after that. Can't complain too much. Got everything I needed to get done today, so that's good. The only thing that I didn't get done today was get in that long trade from this morning, which it is what it is. Missed that opportunity. Can't live in the past. Have to keep moving it forward, or else you're gonna keep missing opportunities if you keep living in the past. You're gonna keep missing opportunities that are right in front of your face. So I urge you, if you miss a trade, don't get fucking butthurt over it. Yes, it sucks, but at least you didn't lose anything. In my opinion, that's better. As soon as you get that dialed into your brain that it's okay to miss a move, but it's not okay to lose money, then you're going to be a lot better off in regards to not having that FOMO, aspect to yourself. Okay? I promise you, there is 1,000,001 opportunities in trading. You just have to find them. Okay? So if you miss a move, like I did today, yesterday, whatever, don't get upset. Write what you missed. Jot it down. I explained to you what I think I missed and the reason why I got left in the dust, because it wasn't a proper contracting regular symmetrical triangle. E didn't validate itself enough for me to say it was. Therefore, what I missed was a neutral triangle, which I cannot be mad about because it's fairly new. It is definitely not in traditional Elliott Wave, and it's definitely not taught in any of those books. And it's not even taught in the Neo Wave Principle book. It's that new that it's not really discussed anywhere, so I couldn't really blame myself for not wholeheartedly believing in it as it was forming. Because I don't really know the rules and aspects around it. I just know this particular structure and how it should form. But as we're moving forward, I was gaining more confidence and stuff in this particular type of analysis. That pattern is now going to be added to the Arsenal book because I believe that this was exactly what happened. And it'll be very, 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 very... It'll be 100. Well, it'll be very confirmed if we can end up breaking it back over 7665 and retracing down here. That'll confirm this idea as a 1, a 2, and we're going to buy back for a 3 wave, which is the biggest and best wave, hopefully. So, yeah. Everybody, have a great fucking night. Make sure to stay hungry, stay motivated. Write down your goals every single week, every single day, every month. Your 5-year goal, your 10-year goal. What is it? Do you know what you're going to be doing in 10 years? Do you know what you want to be doing in 10 years? Most people don't. Most people don't even know what they're going to be doing in 5 years, 3 years, 1 year. What are you going to be doing? What do you want to be doing, actually? What do you want to be doing? Whatever it is, chase it. Chase your dreams, my friends. Chase your dreams, my family. So with that, thank you for tuning in. It's been your boy, Satoshi Motherfucking Heavy, with a dose of crypto, Forex, and we didn't do stocks. Well, we dabbled in some stocks, but nothing really too crazy. So, coming this Sunday is when we'll get into everything very heavy. Stocks, Forex, crypto, on high time frame, mid time frame, and low time frame, to see exactly what we have in store for us moving forward. So, catch me then. Everybody have a great fucking night. And then I'll see you on Sunday. This has been your boy, Satoshi Motherfucking Heavy. Peace the fuck out.
don't know what more to say. Hey, you, what's the delay inside? Cause I just can't envision it. You